Morning or afternoon. Today we're going to focus on the second half of our 15 word list for the week. Yesterday we looked at the first 8 of 15. Today we're going to look at the second half of that list, which is 7 words. Again, like yesterday, I'm going to read the words aloud. As I read them, I want you to consider if the word is a number 1, you've never ever seen it before or heard it before. 2, words you've seen but you're not really sure what they mean, or 3, words you know the meaning of and you could use in a sentence. So we have the next word, which is inaugurate. Inaugurate. Then we have pervade. Pervade. Next word is proprietor. A proprietor. Then we have pseudonym. Pseudonym. Notice the P is silent. Pseudonym. The next word is rebuff. Rebuff. Then we have resilient. Resilient. And finally, turbulent. For our second 7 of the 15 total, we have the following words. Take a minute, reread them to yourself, and consider if it's a 1, a 2, or a 3. Okay, now that you've had time to think about which ones you know, which ones you're not sure of, we're going to go through the list and we're going to look at the definition, the part of speech, and we're going to look at it used in a sentence. If you would please open your book from yesterday to page 2. Page 2. We left off with the last word yesterday being excruciating. So if you'll find halfway down page 2 the word inaugurate, and put your finger right there in your book where it says inaugurate. I want you to follow along while we go through these next 7 words. Inaugurate is a verb. Remember, we talked yesterday, a verb is an action word. It's something you do. To inaugurate is to install in office with a formal ceremony. Presidents of the United States are inaugurated in January following the November election. Notice how adding the ed to the word inaugurated keeps the meaning but just changes the tense. This has already happened, past tense. Inaugurate. To begin officially or mark the opening of. On Tuesday, Mayor Ovalis inaugurated a free vaccination program for all children under 5 living in the city. Inaugurated. Now we can change the word to inaugurate, something we do, to a thing. An inauguration is now a noun. So changing the suffix and adding it to the word changes it from a verb, something you do, to something that is. The act of installing in office. So now Governor Maitland was at her desk within hours of her inauguration. So now we have a noun, an event, something that she participated in. So the word inaugurate, to install in office or a formal ceremony. The next word is pervade. Pervade is a verb, an action word, to spread throughout. Laughter pervades the house whenever Aunt Sarah visits us. You may also see the word used with another suffix, which changes it to an adjective. Pervasive, pervasive, spreading throughout. We could tell from the pervasive odor of disinfectant that the cleaning crew had mopped every floor. So pervades is something you do. Persuasive describes. But the meaning means to spread throughout. The next word is proprietor. Proprietor is a noun, a person, place, or thing. Proprietor. Proprietor is an owner of a store or a small business. The proprietors of the downtown shops planned a sidewalk sale for the first weekend in June. Proprietor, an owner of a store or a business. The next word is pseudonym. Pseudonym. Notice the P is silent. A pseudonym is a noun. A pseudonym is a fictitious name used by an author. Sometimes it's called a pen name. Female British authors of the 19th century often had to make pseudonyms in order to get their books published. A fictitious name. They would change their name from their female name to a male equivalent to get their books published. Pseudonym. A pseudonym is a fictitious name by an author or sometimes considered a pen name. Pseudonym. The next word is rebuff. Rebuff is a verb, to reject bluntly. The owners rebuffed all attempts to take over this successful computer company. Rebuffed. Another definition is to drive back. Although the men in the Alamo were determined to rebuff Santa Anna's forces, in the end they were defeated. Rebuff, to drive back. It can also be considered a noun, a blunt rejection. Caroline's offer to Fred to patch up their quarrel met with a rebuff, a thing, a blunt rejection. An abrupt setback in progress. After a storm delayed their start, the climbers experienced another rebuff when a rock slide shut down all of their trails. Rebuff, a blunt rejection, an abrupt setback of progress. Or, as a verb, to reject bluntly. Rebuff. The next word is resilient. Resilient is an adjective. It describes a noun. Capable of recovering quickly from misfortune. Carefully of recovering quickly from misfortune. Resilient. After slipping to third place, the Red Sox were resilient enough to regain first place. Returning quickly to an original shape or condition is another definition. Returning quickly to an original shape or condition. A wool sweater is more resilient after washing than a cotton one. Resilient. Can also be turned into a noun by changing the suffix from resilient to resilience. The ability to recover. Stephen's body showed great resilience after the chemotherapy treatment. Resilience. Capable of recovering quickly from misfortune or returning quickly to an original shape or condition. And finally, the ability to spring back. Tennis balls lose resilience after 3 or 4 sets of vigorous play. Resilience, the ability to spring back. So the word is resilient. It can be used as an adjective to describe something, or it can be used as a noun to show the ability to recover. And our final word for today is turbulent. Turbulent, an adjective, a describing word. Chaotic, unruly. My brother and I tried our best to stay calm during the turbulent period of our parents' divorce. Chaotic, unruly, turbulent. Stormy, tempestuous. Such a turbulent sea prevented all boats from leaving the harbor. Turbulence. So we changed the suffix from turbulent to turbulence, and now it becomes a noun, a thing. A great disturbance or agitation. The turbulence of the 1960s included peace marches, civil rights protests, and assassinations. Turbulence, a thing. Rapid changes in the wind speed and direction in the atmosphere. The fasten your seatbelt sign flashed on when the plane encountered turbulence. So the word turbulent is an adjective, chaotic or unruly, stormy, or it can be used as a noun in the form of turbulence, great disturbance or agitation. Those are our 7 words for day 2. Now you have a total of 15 words in your book. Today's words, again, if you will take your pencil and if you will look through these 7 words that we just went through and put a picture or a symbol or something in each little open space that can help you remember what the word means. Look at the definition. Look at it used in a sentence. See if that will help you remember its definition. Take the next few minutes to finish that up for today's lesson. Thank you for your time.